Энаруу байна. Алхинч. Хатагч байна уу? Хүлэгтэн дагаж байна уу? Жарлиг болгосон буюу. Алхинч. Мөрөстө. Хүлэгтэн жа. Хүлээж байна уу? Жарлиг болгосон буюу. Бидэн Алхинч дагсуу. Хатагч байна уу? Зорчном. Бидэн барьж байна уу? Жарлиг болгосон буюу. Дагсуу. Хүлэгтэн жа.
Дагсуу.
Бидэн дагсуу. Уугаларна сонордох хон. Алхинч жа. Бидэн жарлиг дагсуу. Жарлиг болгох хатагч байна уу? Алхинч дагсуу. Зорчном. Дагсуу. Дагсуу. Хүлэгтэн дагсуу. Жарлиг аюул болцоогоо. Бидэн жарлиг дагсуу. Хүлэгтэн Алхинч хатагч байна уу? Алхинч зорчном. Жа. Дагаж байна уу? Жа. Дагсуу. Дагсуу. Хүлэгтэн мөрөстө. Бидэн жарлиг болгох зорчном. Дагсуу. Дагаж байна уу? Алхинч хатагч байна уу? Хатагч байна уу? Зорчном. Жа. Санат мөрөстө. Жарлиг болгосон буюу? Юу дагсуу. Бидэн жарлигийг дагсуу. Хүлээж байна уу? Дагсуу. Бэлэн. Хүлэгтэн бэлэн. Дагсуу. Жарлиг ман мөрөстө. Санат бид дагсуу.
Дагсуу.
Алхинч дагсуу.
Сонор жарлиг.
Мөрөстө. Жарлиг дагсуу. Зорчном. Хүлэгтэн жарлиг. Хүлэгтэн
Бидэн.
бусгаад автодгүй. Алхинч дагсуу. Алхинч дагсуу. Бидэн уугалар.
Бидэн.
хэмээн жирлэг буулгахгүй буй.
Юу хийх вэ? Бахт.
Би энд байна.
Юу хийх вэ? Даруй хөдөлсөө амар бай. Сонор. Жирлэг буулгах гэж байна. Гişүү ажилд бэлэн.
Юу хийх вэ? Таатай байна. Агинч энд байна. Үтэр хөдөлсөө. Бүлэгтэн билээ. Жирлэгийг ёсоор болгосон. Юу хэмээн жирлэг буулгахгүй давхиж морьсон. Агинч энд байна. Би дахсан. Би босхоо гайхуугаа. Инанс ирээд хүн. Ажилд билээ. Танд юу хийх вэ? За тэгсүү. Дахиж морьсон. Агинч энд байна. За тэгсүү.
Таны жирлэгийг төгсөхгүй да. Анхаарат хон. Мөтгөн морцгоо.
Юу хийх вэ?
Би энд байна. Амар байна уу? Юу хэмээн жирлэг буулгахгүй буй?
Жирлэгийг саармагсуу. Мохтог чимээ жирлэгийг зөвчөд өгөө дагсуу. Марч дөрөхгүй. Би жирлэгийг саармагсуу. Хатхахгүй бидээ гоо намдаа барж.
Бүлэгтэн билээ. Давталгүй. Дагаж байна.
Энд байна. Яг хөдөлөл үг.
Ордоод билээ.
Авах торхгүй да. Намдаа марш. Торхгүй. Намдаа марш.
Ажил хүлээж байна. Бүлэгтэн бэлэн.
Богд жирлэг намдаа зэрэгэн атхад хон. Зэр бэлдээ. Удаарсан да.
За тэгсүү. Босхаа юу?
Марч дөрөхөг жирлэг хүлээнэм. Намдаа зэрэгэн.
Юу хэмээн үтэр хөдөлсөө. Ажил би давсан. За тэгсүү. Давхиж морьсон. Ажилд билээ. За би хийсүү. Ажил хүлээж би жирлэг ёсоор болгосон. Юу хийх вэ? Үтэр хөдөлгөж ажилд билээ. Цугаар бэлд. Амар байна уу?
Жирлэг зам гарсуу.
Утхаа инаруу байна.
Сонор.
За тэг
Хатхгүй бидээ.
би энд байна. Юу хэмээн ажил хийж байна.
Уугадар бэлэн. Илтгэж байна.
Бүлэгтэн
Богд минь зэрлэгийг дагсуу.
юу хийх вэ? За тэгсүү. Аюу дөрөвдөө.
Жирлэг ёсоор болгосон. Жирлэгийг дагсуу. Минь зэрлэгийг дагсуу.
Үст босхаа инаруу байна. Таны юу хийх вэ? Юу хийж
Чимээгүй. Намдаа зэрэгэн атхад хон. Минь зэрлэг.
Амиго бид
Марч дөрөхгүй. Жирлэг болохгүй. Намдаа марш.
Агинч энд байна.
Богд жирлэг санардад хон.
үгээ яг хийх хүснэ мөн.
Намдаа марш.
Ажилд бэлэн. Гэл бид дахгүй я бид.
Жирлэг ёсоор болсон.
юм хэрэггүй. Амар байна уу?
Хохгүй да. Жарлаг ирлүгэ.
Хөдөлгөөе бэлэн. Жадуу.
Төшөөт танд. Заан гал.
Юу хийж чадахгүй.
Пододох цаг ирчүүдээ би мандайдан явсан.
Зүйтэй.
Анхаарал ой ирчүүдээ. Хэрэгтэй. Ирчүүдээ. Бит.
Намайг хаш явуулдаг.
Очигдсан чимлэг. Юу тушаа?
Цаг болов.
Бүгд юу хийж
Сугаараа. Хөдөг. Намайг хаш
Юм хэмээн хүшээхгүй.
Map wise, I didn't know you could spawn like this. I thought these forts always spawn like kind of away from each other like that. I didn't know you could get a spawn that was essentially across from each other on one side of the map. So that's interesting. Harassment on this map here is difficult. The town center covers everything, basically all the resources you need at the start. Going in is just going to be these four sides, which can easily be walled off and defended. Wood-wise, I would have needed to move out this way, same as him, this way or going that way. Gold-wise, I would say I got the advantage. As you can see, 4 of the gold, 1, 2, 3, 4, is kind of more towards my side. This one is more neutral. This one is more in the middle. Relic-wise, this one's probably hard to get for both of us, as we'll need to fight over it, but he did get to Castle Age first and got that relic. This one's leaning towards his base. These two are leaning towards his side, so effectively this one is probably the easiest to get. Relic wise, I would say that he's in a more favorable position. In terms of food, I get kind of lucky that I got like 2 food on the side here, whereas his one is in the middle, more neutral, so we can end up fighting over that. He's got 1 in the back here. Trading wise, not too easy. If I build a market here, yeah, it would be like that. This is probably not good on this side because you do need to defend your territory like that. For him, same story, not too good either. Trading on this map is probably not viable. Well, trading on the spawn for this map is probably not viable. Ore-wise, we both got 1 on each side, right and left, so that's kind of fair, I would say. Scouting pattern-wise, my opponent had went straight to my base to see what I'm doing. I'm guessing that's to do with Golden Horde being able to spear rush. I haven't tried it myself, and I heard it is viable, so I guess it was good of him to check my base. This is a pretty good play from my opponent scouting. He actually cut me off, so he went to see my base and came back down. Whereas I had went out this way and then now I'm kind of running behind him. Exploring this way, he'll probably grab things earlier than I can. In fact, you can see it now. Yeah, I'm running behind him now. I've won in terms of sheep scouting, but yeah, I think it was a good play for my opponent to go and cut me off like that. I open with building cards. I really like building cards. It's been 8-9 games of Golden Horde now, and these things for feudal rushing is pretty good. I really like it. My scout goes to his base to have a look at what he's doing. It's just to see if he's gonna be fast castling. I can't really see his gold. You have a look. Yeah, I had trouble seeing his gold because of how the map is laid out. Quick side note, I'm not sure if my opponent did this on purpose. He put down the first wall on the right by his gold, which meant my scout could not go in and see his gold. Looking at this replay now, I feel like it was intentional. I feel like he knew that if I saw his gold, I would know that he's going fast castling. Yeah, I don't know if that was intentional, but it sure as hell worked because I just couldn't see it. Harassing him with horses is kind of difficult. If you look at the way the bases are laid out, you can see that the entry is only 4 sides. On this map, entering his base to harass and then seeing that the town center basically covers the entire area of where his resources are, horsemen might not have been the play here. And in fact, had one of these things been a barracks, it would have saved me this game too. I tried to find some damage with my horseman, and as you can see, all his resources are just under the TC. There's really effectively nowhere I can actually harass. So going horseman wasn't exactly the best idea for this map. My opponent goes for a fast castle here. He starts aging up at around 745. Realizing the situation at hand, that my horseman cannot find any sort of damage on his base, I decided to save the resources myself and try to go castle. Here's where I messed up. I know that my opponent's going fast castle. He's playing Japanese. Do I see it? Not really. I don't know if he's aging up or not. I can't tell. But I know that he has no military buildings. I didn't see any at all. So that can only indicate that he must be going fast castle. Otherwise he would have responded already with military. He reaches castle. Meanwhile, because of my kind of poor macro, had I had more villagers on gold, I would have had the 600 gold required to age up earlier. Now, this is where I really messed up. What do you do as Japanese when you're in castle? You spam mounted samurais. And knowing that, a barracks should have been the very first thing I try to build as soon as possible. Not this outpost, not this pasture. A straight up barracks, because I am gonna need spears as soon as possible for his mounted samurais that are gonna be coming out very fast. As you can see, 16 seconds with the Yorishiro inside the stables. I didn't even get to use this archery range. This archery range probably lost me the game. In fact, the combination of what I picked for my production building lost me in a game. Had one of these been a barracks at the start, I would have had spears. Spears that can deal with these guys. But instead I built them just now and I didn't even rush it. I built it with 1 villager. So despite fighting his mounted samurais outside the base and knowing that I need spears instantly, I need spears as soon as possible, I didn't rush my barracks and now I'm just queuing the spears. And it's a bit too late now. The only other option I had was to build Kashyyyk, as those are knights as well, and they, while they are weaker than mounted samurais, they can still stand a chance. In fact, if you look at my wood, I have got 200. I should have built barracks. And now he just comes in with my minimal spears, only 2 of them, or 4 of them. But what is that going to do against mounted samurais? In fact, they're not even upgraded to harden. Now he's just able to go through my base. My spears aren't coming out fast enough, and they're gonna come out 2 by 2 because I am playing Golden Horde. But really, what is 2 spears gonna do against 4, well, yeah, 3, 4 samurais, mounted samurais? I bring my horses back a bit late. I should have brought these guys back earlier to fight the spears. Maybe I would have stood more of a chance had I done that. Look, I even built a monastery to get relics. That's not the priority here. The priority are the knights that is going through my base, and I don't have an answer for it. And when I did answer, I answered with an outpost that isn't gonna shoot anyone, a monastery that's not gonna do anything, and yeah, it's pretty much GG. I lost just like that. So what can we learn from today's game? Attempt to anticipate one step ahead of your opponent. You want to try and guess, in a way, what your opponent is going to do next and what the results are going to be. In this game, my opponent went fast castle as Japanese. If a Japanese player goes fast castle, the most logical thing that they will probably do is spam mounted samurais in Castle Age. Had I been quicker on my feet and able to just anticipate what's coming, which are mounted samurais, then I could have built spears in advance. Generally, I think you just want to try to guess one step ahead, right? You want to be one step ahead of your opponent at all times, where you know what your opponent's doing, you know what's coming, then you just counter it, right? You just counter whatever you think is coming. Confirming that they're doing something is a whole different skill set, and that's something that I would need more game experience for me to be able to cover that topic. Thinking 2 or 3 steps ahead, that's probably something that happens in higher elos. I mean, pros probably think like 5 to 10 steps ahead of their opponents, or they think of all the branching paths that their opponent could take in a game. But for us mortals, I think 1 step ahead, even just trying to guess, attempting to guess it, is still good. It's still better than nothing. And while I might not have the skill to confirm that what I'm guessing is actually happening, I think in the long run, it's better off to just try, because the more you try, the better you get at it. And that's it. See you in the next one.